If I could have everyone please rise for a salute to the flag. Please remain standing for a moment of silence, and I'd ask that you keep in your thoughts and prayers the brave servicemen and women serving our country, both here and abroad, as well as those in our town still recovering from the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy. Thank you. Please be seated. Good afternoon. Welcome. This is the January 15th meeting of the Babylon Town Board. I'd ask the clerk to call the roll.
Councilman Mineta? Here. Councilman Martinez?
Here.
Councilman McSweeney?
Here.
Do I do Councilman?
No, because he's not a councilman. I'm here. Good. Shh, 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 shh. We have 4 present and 1 vacancy, and we're going to take the agenda out of order. Just by way of information, the normal way the agenda works is we have public hearings scheduled for this afternoon. There are 2 public hearings, so we'll call those in a couple minutes. And if you're interested in addressing the board on either of the public hearings, one involves the property at Route 231 and Garnett Street in North Babylon. The second public hearing involves the Bunt development in North Amityville. So if you're interested in addressing the board, if you're here and you want to speak to the board either with any questions or comments, you need to fill out a card up front and file with our town clerk. The second portion is the agenda, but we're going to pull 1 resolution out of order today, and then we'll come back to the agenda. But there are agendas on the table up front, so if you're interested in addressing the board on any of the items listed on the agenda for that, we ask you to fill out a card as well. And the third portion is the open portion, and that's when residents can come forward and address the board on any matters that are not on today's agenda concerning town government or town services. So again, if you're interested in addressing the board, we need you to fill out a card up front and file with our town clerk. But like I said, I'm going to make a motion to take out of order resolution number 69, which is a resolution appointing Dwayne Gregory as councilman to the Babylon Town Board. I'll take a second from Councilman Martinez to take that out of order. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is taken out of order. And now I'm going to make a motion to approve resolution 69.
And I'd love to second this resolution.
And just by way of explanation, I can't think of a better person who can take the place of our former councilwoman, and I'm going to just say it, future Congresswoman, Jackie Gordon. Jackie served with distinction and honor for many years here at the town board level, and in fact, probably more importantly, served our country on 4 tours of duty in Iraq and Afghanistan, and that alone deserves a round of applause for her service. But if we can't have Jackie, I am thrilled to have Dwayne. And Dwayne Gregory started with me on my first tour of duty. He's an Army veteran. He has served the public in various capacities, both as an elected official and appointed official, and most recently finished and survived a tour of duty as the presiding officer of the Suffolk County Legislature. And for that alone, he deserves a round of applause. And he's very ably represented the residents of the 15th District now since 2008. And I'm thrilled, and I know the other town board members join me in being very happy to have his expertise, his knowledge, but more importantly, his compassion and dedication for how he serves his residents. And now we're lucky to have him not just serving the 15th District, but we'll have him serve all of the residents of the town of Babylon. So, Jerry, if you wouldn't mind, we'll come and do the oath of office, and then we'll have him take his seat. Oh, I got to call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Resolution's adopted, 4 votes in favor, 0 opposed. You can clap for that. solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the town code of the town of Babylon,
and the code of the town of Babylon,
and I will faithfully carry out
and faithfully carry out
the duties and responsibilities
the duties and responsibilities
of the office of town councilman
of the office of town council
of the town of Babylon
of the town of Babylon
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Good? Look over there for Joe. We gotta get it for the record. For the record. Good? You sign? You're official? All right. Wayne, there you go. So I could ask the board members to join me. I want to ask former councilwoman Gordon to come up. We have a special gift that Steve so kindly put together, but this is a book which has got Jackie's smiling face on the front. And then it starts on January 10th, 2007, which was the first day that Jackie was sworn in and took her office as a councilwoman of the town of Babylon. And it's got a picture of her in the town board at the time. And then it's got, through the years, all of the different activities that she's been involved in, from UGMA, from the Veterans Advisory Board, and with Joe, and all the members of the Veterans Advisory Board, with Jack, and all the members for the beautification committee. Florence is here, who worked with Jackie side by side. She was named a Woman of Distinction by former Senator Chuck Fischillo in 2013. New York State Award that was awarded to her. And of course, all the different staff people. So we wanted to present this to you. This comes from us with our love and respect to you on a job well done, and we're looking forward to your future successes. Congratulations. Take 1 second and then we'll get it.
How do you want the chairs?
Just want them moved? You and Jackie in the middle. I'll be over here.
That's good, I like that change. I don't know if I could do it with your desk like this anymore. Yep, good. Look here for two and then look at Joe. 1, 2, 1 more. And again. I love it. Good. Joe.
Yeah, Phyllis.
The big one's in the car. But I decided to use the little one. Come on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we are ready to go, and we'll go into the public hearings, and I'll ask the clerk, our town clerk, Jerry Compatello, to call the first public hearing.
A public hearing on rezoning application of Fresenius Medical Care for the premises identified by Suffolk County Tax Map Number 0100 112 05 090 092 093 001 093 002 094 095 106 002 106 004 107 002 108 109 and 110 located on the northwest corner of New York State Route 231 and Garnet Street, North Babylon.
Great, just by the way this works is the applicant, it's an opportunity to briefly describe what the application is about, and then we'll go to the cards. If there are any questions that come up, the applicant can address them now or address them later. And so I'll turn it over to Mr. Kretz, who is a representative of the applicant.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. It's great to be here today.
Just identify yourself.
My name is Stephen Kretz of Donahue, Kretz and Garrabrant, 692 South Wellwood Avenue, Lindenhurst, for the applicants for the rezoning. This is what it's been called by many things, but basically I think we know it as the Spellman Shopping Center on Deer Park Avenue in Deer Park. Cliff Spellman, a former member of this board and a very prominent and long-serving one, was the person who put this site together. His three sons have continued with it ever since, and it has been a very successful location, notwithstanding the Bangor Mall just down the block from them. They have gotten through it. Now they have an opportunity to bring in a X-ray technician building, which is a very attractive tenant, will take over a large part of the now vacant portion of the center, and they are very hopeful that this will be approved. In the course of making that submission, the family, Cliff's three sons, one of whom is with me today, Don, realized that certain liberty, shall we say, might have been taken in the arranging of the properties on the site, and now is the time to get it straightened out. We've had great help and assistance from the town planning department. Matt Esposito and Rachel Shelfo, of course, the commissioner, have been very instrumental in guiding us through what they feel is the way to go, to say nothing about Kate Shreve, who is always a very strong presence in a proposition like this. And we think we have worked it out very well between the apartments that are there, that Don, each of the brothers has a section of the place. And their primary concern right now is getting this approved as soon as possible so that the deadline that they face with this very interesting tenant will be met.
And just to clarify, there's no new construction. This is just putting this into the existing Legrand Plaza,
That's right.
which is the existing shopping center.
Yes, sir. The
Yep.
Legrand Plaza is what it's called.
Great, okay. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Okay, we don't have any cards, so I'll take a motion from Councilman Mineta to close the hearing and reserve decision, seconded by Councilman Martinez. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing is closed, decision reserved, and this is on the agenda for approval today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. We'll go to and have the second public hearing called.
Public hearing on the rezone application of Bunt Development Corp. for the premises identified by Suffolk County Tax Map Number 0100 169 01 030 014 013 009 010 and part of 061, located on the east side of Albany Avenue, 170 feet north of Steel Place, North Amityville.
Great, for the applicant.
Good
Nicole.
afternoon, Mr. Supervisor, town board members. My name is Nicole Blanda. I'm an attorney at Bazell, Blanda and Visconti with offices at 535 Broad Hollow Road in Melville. I'm here today on behalf of the applicant, Bunt Development Corp. The board may be familiar with the prior application, which was for apartments, and I wanted to stress today that that is not the project that is before you. We are here today on owner-occupied condominium units. After the prior hearings, the applicant heard the community's concerns and basically went back to the drawing board for a complete redesign. We are now proposing 80 one-bedroom condominiums that would be owner-occupied. They would be covenanted as such, And also with condominiums, you have to file an offering plan with the New York State Attorney General's office, and so they would put restrictions on it as well. There would be an additional unit for management slash caretaker of the site. We did have our planning board hearing. We did receive our planning board recommendation for the change of zone, which is why we are here today. We did have a community meeting back in June at the Holy Trinity Baptist Church. The minutes from that meeting were transcribed and were submitted to the planning department at that time. Approximately 7 members came out. And I think we had a very productive conversation at that meeting. The property is 5.72 acres. We were proposing 10 separate buildings. There would be 8 units in each, and then the separate caretaker building. There's frontage on Harrison Avenue as well as Albany Avenue. Everything would be complying with town board regulations, town code regulations, dark sky compliant, only 2 curb cuts, one of which would have a security gate on Albany Avenue. 50% of the site would be landscaped, and there would be a 20% affordable component to this project. Without getting into all the minutia of the site plan, if the board had any questions, we are more than happy to
Yep,
answer any of them.
we'll go to the cards.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ms. Melinda.
You're welcome.
So I'll call Beverly Brewster.
Good afternoon.
Good
Can you hear
afternoon.
me?
Yes.
Don't want to yell.
No, you, make,
Okay.
I want to make sure they can
I
hear
just-
you in the back.
okay. First of all, I just wanted to say one aggravating thing that happened. Every time the town, the signs are posted for the Town of Babbling meeting, and I increased the date and the date and the time, somebody mars the application. I don't know who does that.
You mean graffitis or?
No, they just take it and try to tear the sign.
Oh, okay.
All right, and I go back and put it back. And why?
Don't know. Well,
What are they afraid of?
right.
Okay, so you know that's interesting. And when you see that happening, a big question mark occurs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are they doing that's so underhanded? They don't want us to be here.
Be,
Right? That's
be.
my question. That's and if you lived in a neighborhood
confused.
where a sign is posted, and that
Oh,
always happens.
wait, is it, you're saying that the sign wasn't posted?
It's marred. Actually, somebody, when I increased the date, you know, enlarged the date and everything,
Uh-huh.
somebody basically ripped it down. And I
Okay.
put it back, and it was ripped down again.
Oh, so you think the developer ripped it down?
I don't know who does it. But all
Okay.
I know, it raises a question mark in the community when somebody don't really want you to read the sign,
Okay.
all right? Now, the second thing is, with this condominium, nobody buys condominiums that are 1 bedroom. So my question is this going to stay in effect as long as that property is there?
Yes.
Or is somewhere down the line it's gonna become rental property?
No, it won't, because it's going to be filed with a covenant restriction on the deed. So that deed runs with the property, so it will not be changed to rental. It has to remain a condominium.
And us as residents in the area, we asked if we could be, some of us could basically sit on their board in the neighborhood.
Sit on
It's,
it.
it's our neighborhood.
Yeah, I'd have to
When we
ask,
have meetings, we like to know.
yeah, sure, we'll ask them to set up a community advisory board. Sure,
Okay, that's all I have to say.
thank you. Carolyn Chickamauga?
No. Chicazunga.
Chickazunga.
I'm about the only Chickazunga you'll ever speak to.
Thank you, good to see you. Just state your name and address.
Carolyn Chickazunga, 58 Dover Street, Massapequa, New York. Now, that is in Nassau County, but as you know, our children go to the Amityville School District.
Right, you're East Massapequa.
There is no East Massapequa. We
Oh.
all have the same zip code.
Okay,
You know what that means? They want to divide us, that's all.
got it.
Anyway, my concern is that, given that our school district really has a burden of children for whom English is a second language, who require additional services because of it, and also because of problems with housing that require crowding of families in houses. I am concerned that the population of the children that we serve will increase, and there will not be additional increases to our state funding or county funding, however you fund us. And so I'm hoping that the board will do something to add to what I perceive will be an additional burden. I don't know if any representative of the school district is here, but we have a meeting tonight, and I certainly will make my point.
Great, thank you. Amy Lieutenant?
I brought my niece today because I'm hard of hearing, and I thought she was gonna get up here and talk, and she said, "Oh no, I put your name up there." I live.
Just state your name, Amy.
Of Albany.
Just state your name and address.
Now I'm up here. I'm going to say, just like that.
Yep.
This building that I want to do, I rather see not multi-apartments, but one-family houses. And I guess town of Babylon, if you look around and see, they have put a lot of, or given consent to have a lot of apartments stuck in between any place. You know, what happened to our rules that have, make it look in certain sections, you have businesses and whatnot, it's all mixed up, okay? And so now it's in, well, I say North Amityville, and I guess because I'm older, I always have been to the point where if you want to unload something, unload it in North Amityville. They don't care. And that's not the truth. We do care. Okay? And so now we have these apartments that come in there. My main thing is Harrison Avenue is a main thoroughfare from 110 to Albany Avenue. On the corner of Harrison Avenue and Washington Avenue, the children from school, they're on the, come on the bus, the cars drive, they don't stop for the stop signs and whatnot. You know what, you're putting a lot of children and other people in jeopardy. I mean, if you can find someplace else for it to come out, I don't know, but I don't know, I say my little piece.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Can I just add something?
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know if any of you guys have been to the area, but it literally is putting apartments smack dab in the middle of a residential area. I don't know how they're gonna do parking, how if you have 80 one-bedroom apartments, they're gonna be coming in and out of a driveway that's, like this big. It doesn't make any sense. You guys need to visit and see what they're trying to do. And I've never, ever seen a whole apartment building with only one-bedroom condos. I would love to know who they're marketing these one-bedroom condos to, because I think it's gonna be a bait and switch.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
And has there been an environmental report to even see the impact on the community?
Yes.
I mean, this thing is being shoved down their throats. The people in this community had no idea what was going on until the last minute.
No, wait. Let me just correct that. So there's been several community meetings. This application was brought up about a year and a half ago, and we turned it down, and we told the developer to go back out and meet with the community. So now if you're telling me that you weren't met with, then we'll ask the...
That's what we're telling. Okay.
We will ask the developer to meet with you.
That's
Okay,
not
so,
just me, the
no,
community.
and no.
That's, oh wait, okay.
that-
That's
Listen,
the problem.
listen to me. Okay, please?
Yes.
You've made a point. My job is to make sure that you're heard now. You will be heard, okay? This is not being shoved down anyone's throat.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. And if you come, listen to me. This has been discussed for over a year and a half, almost 2 years now. So we will be, again, you've made the point that you were not heard, and you will be given an opportunity to be heard, okay? Now your time's up, thank you, I'm gonna go to the
One
next
more point.
speaker.
I am
I'm gonna
not
go,
making the
I'm
point
gonna,
that I was not
I'm-
heard. I'm making the
I'm-
point that the community
and
was
then,
not
and
heard.
we're going to,
And they
we're,
don't send their
we're,
mailings to
we're,
everyone
we
in
are
the
going to make
community.
sure that,
They only send it
we,
to certain
we are
people,
going to make
And then
sure.
you have a meeting at a church
We-
with 7 people?
we are
I
go-
don't call that the community.
We are,
Thank you.
we are going to make sure that the community is heard, which is what we asked them to do when they first brought, when they first, and you've made the point, and now my job is to make sure that you're heard. That is what I am saying.
We're still disagreeing.
No, we're not disagreeing. No, we're not. We're saying the same thing.
And I'm saying the community.
No, and I am saying the community.
Now you're saying it.
No. You, okay? Thank you for coming today. I'm going to call the next card now. And the next time, when you do sign up, make sure you put your name on the card as well.
I will.
Not just your aunt, okay? Joe Turner.
So,
Joe, just state your name and address for the record.
name, full name, Joe L. Turner Senior.
And I need you to speak up.
Speak up. Okay. Joe L. Turner Senior, 14 Harrison Avenue, Amityville. Good evening. Good early evening, board.
Yes.
Say early evening, okay. I don't know how much more can be said about this property each time we come here. But my biggest concern is, the question is, I think I put on the record the last meeting we had about the contaminated soil on Albany Avenue, right across from the entrance to this property. How does the board handle that? Do we get a notice when you're gonna approach that problem, or should we, because it's been, what, 4 months now, we haven't heard anything about it.
I'm sorry, which, is this on the property that is
No,
subject?
it's across, it's
So
on
this has nothing to do with the application?
no, it's across the street.
It's not on the property that's the...
Not on the property.
Okay, so then we need to take that up in a separate, that can't be part of this public hearing.
Oh, okay, so,
This is only about the property that's being asked to be developed. So the property that has nothing to do with this property is a separate matter.
okay.
So do you have anything else on this particular application?
Well, it's the same problem that we addressed before. We still have the traffic problem on Harrison Avenue. We're trying to figure out how the entrance and the exit's gonna be from this property onto Harrison Avenue. It's supposed to be an additional stop sign. I don't think the stop sign's gonna be helpful on Harrison Avenue. First of all, we got the fire department. When they respond to emergency, those guys come through there, 60, 70 miles an hour. And, they don't stop at the sign. So what's gonna happen when we have people coming out of this project onto Harrison Avenue, not aware of these emergency vehicles coming through and the volunteers? What's gonna happen? Have we addressed the traffic study? I don't see how a traffic study gonna do any good, really, with those signs there, and now they blow right through them. And that's the biggest concern that we have. The massive amount of traffic that's gonna generate on Harrison Avenue is really a problem. Okay,
Great, thank you, Joe. And
Thank you.
Councilman McSweeney will speak to you. Joe? Councilman McSweeney will speak to you after the meeting about the issue with the property on Albany
oh,
Avenue.
great, thank you.
Thank you. Reverend Vernon Shelton? Thanks, Joe.
Good evening. Vernon Shelton, 357 New Highway, Amityville, New York.
Thank you, Reverend.
I pastor right directly across from where the proposed project will be. A year and a half ago, approximately, we came to this meeting and we were in stern disagreement because we did not know what was proposed. We left this meeting, it was on hold. We asked to meet with the developer. We have met with the developer. We've had meetings at the church, and we gave the developer some concerns. It went from a rental, he heard those concerns, came back to us, went from a rental to owner occupied, went from 120 units to 80, also tried to meet most of the demands that was made. Of course, every person will not be satisfied or happy, but it's not always rare that you have a developer continue to meet with us and meet those demands. So since I came in opposition, because I did not know, I came today in support because of the way that Dr. Shetty, Bump Construction has met some of the demands and worked with us. Of course, we had safety concerns; those were addressed. So I wanted to come in support, to stand with the developer and pray that we still have a working relationship with each other to help serve and utilize the community. So I just want to come show my support.
Thank you, Pastor. Rolfred Jameson.
Rafik James, 74 Adams, South Farmingdale. Okay. First of all, everybody, it's Dr. King's birthday today on the 15th, and we trying to stop condensed apartments being built in our neighborhood. That's a shame. Our children got to duck and dodge from cars. Our children got to duck and dodge. 80 apartments gonna come in there. Hyde, Still Place in Harrison, they can't see one another backyard no more. It's coming through Still Place backyard and Harrison backyard. There used to be a dairy there. The dairy didn't matter because the dairy was up in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking because this is not right. This is a shame. We've been here 2 years ago, and they said this thing was dead. And now we back again. I seen the Daily News. It say we had a meeting in July. That's a lie. The church had a meeting in July, not us. I don't know how much money do people need, but my son, my nieces, my grandsons, not gonna be like a third world country. Los Angeles used to be the #1 on the FBI list with drugs. A lot of old timers died. They have gone now. And now they want to put it back the same way so we be the #1 on the FBI list again with drugs? Only 2 murders we had in the last 2 years. Right where they want to build this apartment, on the plaza is down by the graveyard. So in line with the plaza, they're going to run these apartments right to it because it's on the same line. How much brains do we have to let people come and upgrade our community like this, like the city? If people want to live in the city, they will go to the city. An old man got killed the other night because people beat him to death. An old lady got killed because they beat her to death. We want these type of people to come here and kill our children? It's only 9% blacks left in Suffolk County. And 100 people leaving New York State every day for the last 2.5 years. It saddened me. And they want to build apartments, more pollution going in our ground, in our soil. Senator Schumer said the federal government need to tell the Long Island people the truth because our water system is polluted. This is Chuck Schumer, the head senator of the Democratic Party. I work for God. And the only person I'm scared of is God. Why? Because he give me life, he can take my life. I'm going to have a duty to my son, my family, to protect them. And all these old people years ago cleaned it up. And now they're trying to shove it back down our throat. How much money do people need? I know the people who building this, they are rich. We don't need it.
Thank you,
I know
Pastor.
he's a developer from Manhasset and up apartment building. That's not it. Think about my children, whoever the developer is or whoever's doing it.
Going to call
This is my
Reverend
job.
Thomas Humphrey.
How much time do I have, Mr. Schaefer? You said 3 minutes,
Your
right?
time is up, yes.
Yeah, I know, Mr. Schaefer. You're not a good person neither. But you talked to me before very rough.
Let me-
When I asked you,
let me-
can you speak to you, you called me and talked to me like an animal.
let me ask you a question.
Yes, go ahead,
What's
Mr.
the address
Ackley.
what's the address of the property you own on North Oregon Road in West?
115 North Oregon Road.
I'll put the pictures of the property
Yeah,
that you
print it
own.
up, cause I did not have no rumors in there, and I know that. But
Just
y'all
for the
mad
aud-
at me.
just for the
You mad at
audience's-
me 'cause I'm an actor, and I
Just,
speak for the community.
just for the
That's what
audience's
you mad about.
benefit, I'll show you the.
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, show
I'll
the pictures.
I'll show you
it
the
now.
pictures of the
I would like to
house
see somebody for my civil
where
rights.
he
'cause
had-
that's what you
where he
violate.
had
Did you show the people you making
people living-
$400,000 a year?
People living in
Did you show the
complete
people you making
filth.
$400,000 a
Complete.
year?
So sit down.
Did you show?
Oh,
you
that's
sit down.
that's very nice because look.
I told y'all you not nice.
Oh
person.
no, I'm very nice because we saved
not.
those people
You not.
from living
You're
in that
animal, Mr.
house.
Schaefer.
So have a seat.
You're an animal, Mr. Schaefer.
Pastor Humphrey, thank you. People don't like being called out for what they are. No, no, I'll tell you, no, I'll show you that, you should have seen what he had people living in. You should have, no.
Jim Crow law. Jim Crow
So,
law.
Pastor Humphrey, you're up.
Jim Crow law, y'all.
Reverend Humphrey,
Standing back.
President of the Long Island Men's Center, Suffolk and Nassau County, been in Amityville for 60 years. I stand opposed to this sheer travesty that's going on Harrison Avenue for 4 or 5 reasons. One, I feel for the safety of the children. When they put the gray born there, they're shooting down Natley Avenue, not doing 80 miles an hour for some crazy who's trying to avoid Great Neck Road. I know for a fact what they're gonna do on Harrison Avenue. They're gonna shoot down Harrison Avenue, coming to Auburn Avenue, bypassing Sunrise Highway and those areas. We're talking about people's lives. I'm 81 years old. I've been fighting for this community all my life. Since 1947, I've been in civil rights. I fought with Jackie Robinson, his situation. I have never in my life seen pastors go against their neighborhood for money. These guys came here out of town. I'm not talking about Richard Schaefer right now, folks. I'm not talking about Gregory Round, folks. I'm talking about our pastor that came from out of town, Pennsylvania, places like that, for a couple of years and try to run this community. Let me tell you one thing. When people have problems in this community, they don't call those gentlemen. They call the Long Island Men's Center. I got documentation. I keep a diary. I got films. I got thousands and thousands of the film where people come complaining. So Richard, you're a good man, you're an honorable man. I got no quarrel with you. The town of Babylon does a wonderful job. They are good people. Every one of you are good people. But one thing on this one, I want you to reconsider. I got a few more years to live, and I don't want to die knowing that you guys made a bad decision, because I think it's wrong, and it's based on safety and the quality of life.
Thank you, Pastor. Darlene Miller? Good afternoon.
Darlene Miller, 360 Albany Avenue, Amityville, New York. I just would like to get clarification exactly what this meeting's about. This application that was put in for the subdivide, it says subdivide one parcel, lot 61, into 2 in order to remove a portion of the land for the application. What exactly does that mean? And can you show it to me on the map where we went from this and now
Sure, we'll get
to
that question answered by the applicant.
Okay, and then my next one would be, where are we with the status of the traffic pattern of the property, the new development? My concern was, once again, Albany Avenue, can we have it going in one way, going out the other? Like I gave samples to you last time we were here of how in other communities, and even on one of their properties, they have one way in and they have another way out.
Yeah, we'll get that question answered also.
So when will we get these answered?
Following the meeting?
Okay,
Yeah.
and that was it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Gail Boyd?
My name is Gail Boyd. I live on Columbus Boulevard, Amityville, New York.
Thank you.
here because I'm concerned. I grew up at the East End in the Hamptons, okay? I was born there. And when I came to Amityville, after I went to college, I came back here, I loved the neighborhood. The neighborhood reminded me of where I was raised. You had houses, you had families next to each other who knew each other, communicated to each other. And I loved it. I've been to Manhasset. We used to go visit, my family used to go visit friends of theirs in Manhasset. It was frightening. And then when I got older, I realized when I went to the city, I started learning about what projects were. So I'm out there in Manhasset, and they were like projects. They weren't homes. The people out there were always coming over. They want to come over where we live, where my family was. They want to come out there. They want to be by the beach. They want to be out, go on their bikes. They want to do all types of things. They want to be in a home. They didn't want to be in brick walls, okay? That wasn't it. So I love this area. That's why I purchased a house here. I've been living here for over 20 years. I have been working with families and their children for 38 years. And I'm all about families and homes. I went around and looked in the area where you planning to put these condominiums. It's ridiculous. You have Harrison Avenue, you have behind the firehouse, you have a group of apartment complex that comes right to the cemetery. Then across the street from the cemetery, you have more apartments, okay? And I'm looking like, now you want to sandwich in between these more condominiums, and you're going to drown out the houses. The house owners who've been paying taxes every year, all the years they've been there, they're being disrespected because, hey, it doesn't matter. We're just going to build over them. We just make sure we just tower over them. They're going to lose privacy in their backyards. They're going to lose privacy that they had in their parking on the street. Believe me, when I came to another meeting, discussed about what was going on Commerce Avenue, explain to you, all you got to do is get in your car about 10 o'clock, 10:30. Go down the streets, and you're going to see all these cars out in the street. I once counted 72 cars on the street, okay? So with these, when you start doing multi-residences, you cannot rescind it. Once it's zoned, it doesn't go, okay? I know all about that. So once you get it, it's done. It's a done deal, all right? We are trying to say, in the community of Amityville, we want to save our neighborhood. We want a neighborhood. That's why we moved there. That's why I bought a house there. That's why I paid taxes there. And in the one-bedroom apartments, are you kidding me? I've seen 6 to 8 people in a one-bedroom apartment. You're going to say, oh, wow, how do they do that? Very easy, very easy. You put some in the bedroom, put some in the living room. That's how it goes. And then it gets all jammed up because who's paying taxes? Are these people who have these apartments and stuff, are they individually paying taxes? They're not. They're not paying any taxes. It's up to the homeowners or owners to pay taxes. We're the one that's on our back,
Thank you.
okay?
Thank you.
Think about it.
Margie Bloom?
Hello. Good morning.
Just state your name and address, Margie.
Margie Bloom, 11 Bedford Street, Copac, New York.
Could you speak up? And I need if you're going to have a conversation, you need to take it outside because we can hear the conversations up here and it's drowning out the speaker.
Okay.
So say that
My
again.
name is Margie Bloom, 11 Bedford Street, Copac, New York, 11726.
Thank you.
Okay, I feel the same as the people regarding the Bunt property. It's overcrowding. The Harrison Avenue cannot afford, there's no, unless you take some of the homeowners' properties, the street's not gonna be wide enough. Even if you have the one way in and the other way out, it's gonna cause a traffic jam. We already have a lot of traffic here. I've been here on Long Island since 1954, moved out here completely in 1958. I've seen the changes, and it just seems like they're trying, not you, but the developers are trying to take over our neighborhood, and it happens to be a minority neighborhood. And it's just not fair, and we don't want it. We want homeowners, and I still don't even know what the architectural details, what the apartments look like inside. I had asked for that because I've seen some apartments that came up where the bathroom was right where the kitchen, across from the kitchen, and I didn't understand that. But it's mostly, we don't want apartment complex here. And this is a family-orientated community when it started. If we need more money, we can ask for conservation money. There are other ways to get money from the state and federal government, and I wish we could pursue it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, and one thing, I don't mean to be out west, but your resolution 119, I think there should both be two addresses there. Because I know that because I had a party, a block party one year, and Miss Johnson owned the property, and she said, well, where's the other person's, got to sign the paper? I said, well, this is just two houses. She said, there's two houses. I said, no, it's only one. And then she says 32 and 34.
Okay, well,
So I just
we'll
wanna
check
bring
that, but
up
thank you
to
for pointing that out. Mark Stewart?
How you doing? Mark Stewart. I'm at 15 West Jefferson Street in Amityville.
Thank you, Mark.
The apartments will actually be right behind my house, kinda. But I see how they did with the gray barn.
Is that your assistant
my
next
wife.
to you? Your assistant?
No, but.
You're her assistant?
Yeah. But,
Just if you want to state her name also, so it's included in the record.
April Stewart, 15 West Jefferson Street.
Thank you, April.
yeah, I see how you guys did the gray barn. That's too big. Those people lost all their, it's not good.
So-
Harrison is where my kids, I got 3 kids that go to that bus stop. Like you say, the fire department, they speed through there. You can imagine how much traffic is gonna be once you put those apartments there. Totally disagree with it. And
We don't want it.
Okay,
basically.
thank you. Okay, we don't have any other cards, so I'll take a motion to close and reserve by Councilman Martinez. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Daphne Glovin?
Good afternoon, my name is Daphne Glover. I live at 84 Harrison Avenue in Amityville. I've been a member there or a resident there for over 25 years now. I moved from the city, was raised in the city all my life, but my house is adjacent to the Blunt development that's coming up. I've been to, as far as I know, to every meeting that just started in 2017. My book holds each meeting date from May going to July, each one. In the beginning, I was very much against everything. I even came one time at nighttime and expressed my concerns about the security, night, and especially coming from the city and knowing how things are done when things get dark, the privacy, and I was very concerned. At that time, in reference to, I think it was 120 apartments. I could not understand that, I did not agree with it, and I let you know at that time. Since then, every other meeting that I found out about, I came and listened, and from that point, from May 2017 to today, it appears that Blunt Development have made a lot of changes according to the town who came out and addressed their concerns. And again, I'm speaking because it's directly on my property. The person who is building the property has said that they're gonna build high trees or bushes or something, because I like my privacy. I'm like the other little lady who said that she was here from the city. I understand what that's about. So when I came to Amityville, it was for the privacy. So with all the things that we discussed, and that I was here for every meeting, in reference to the traffic, people consider, and coming back and forth from the interest from, what's that, Albany to Harrison. My neighbor is directly affected by one of the entrances. But for me, it appears that he addressed all the concerns at the time of all those meetings. Now, everybody today, everyone has their feeling, but what I've seen over the years, and condominiums is supposed to be where people are owners, and sometimes people who own a big house might want to come down and buy something like a condominium. It appears that it's going to be very nice condominiums with nice apartments from what I saw. So I just want someone to say, I felt that he addressed all the concerns that I heard for 2 years. Today, there's more concerns, and of course you want to listen to those people concerned. But because I feel they're coming up, and I'm right there, I've listened to everything and showed very much concern. So I feel that he has addressed all those concerns, and for someone to own some property as opposed to apartments, I think it's really important, and I just want to say, I'm in agreement to all the changes that he made at the time.
Great, thank you. Okay, so now I don't have any other, I'm sorry, oh, you said Bethel A, okay, are you here for this? Got it, Pastor Hayward. I'm sorry, they put you on open, so that's second public. Yeah, no, you didn't write down. Pastor, come forward, thank you.
I am Keith Hayward, 1 Arthur Street, pastor of Bethel Church. According to Reverend Humphrey, I'm one of the out-of-towners, but I've been here 9 years now, so I'm not an out-of-towner no more. I've listened carefully to everyone's concerns, the adjustments and changes that have been made over the last 2 years. I think this goes beyond where we are right now. In speaking with the last lady that spoke, with the communication with the developer, which has been met, I think we need to also look on if we're talking about the traffic, I think we ought to look at Harrison Avenue as well, with sidewalks down the whole street, so we'd have somewhere to walk. It's difficult to tell someone what to do with their property. You can't control that. We can ask for it to be governed. My suggestion is that this project, as it continues, that there's a governance between the residents, the developer. That's been going on for the last couple of years. To go from 120 units to 80 units, that could have been designed differently, where more properties could have been put there. It's not a great barn. Great barn is 3 stories. This is going to be 2 stories. So I feel that when we talk about these issues, emotions get involved, but we got to use our intellect. What's good for this? What's good for this property? We can't tell anyone what to put on their property. We like to have everybody to be happy. So I think if continual dialogue happens, we'll reach that goal. But I'm in support of the changes that have been made and what's going on. So when it comes to the community, my job is to pastor my church and this community. So if an issue comes up, I'm gonna address it, and I'm not gonna limit my responsibilities to 20 Simmons Street. On that note, I'd like to invite the board to Bethel Church on Monday.
We will be there.
Martin Luther King Day. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Okay, so I don't have any other cards? Good, okay. I'm sorry?
Do I get a rebuttal?
No, you can rebuttal with him later. Yeah. So we don't have any other cards, so I'm going to take a motion from Councilman Martinez, second by Councilman McSweeney, to close and reserve. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing is closed, decision reserved. Now, the 2 resolutions on the agenda concerning this, I'm going to request that the board table those resolutions. That would be Resolution 87 and Resolution 88. I'm going to ask them to table those to our March 11th meeting. Ms. Blanda, I know you're still here for the applicant, so I'm going to ask you, we're going to give you the contact information of those that attended here, and I'm going to ask you to discuss the either questions or concerns that they brought up and provide us a letter with each person that you spoke to and how you addressed those concerns. Provide that to the board before the March 11th hearing, town board meeting. Okay? And Jen, you'll get that information to Ms. Blanda. Great. So when we get to those on the agenda, we'll make that motion at that time. We don't have any cards on the agenda, so we'll go right into the agenda. Resolution 56. That's you, Dwayne.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 57.
I make a motion for Resolution 57.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 58.
I offer Resolution 58.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 59.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 60. All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 61.
I offer 61.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 62.
I offer 62.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 63.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 64.
Offer resolution 64.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 65.
I offer 65.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 66.
I offer 66.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 67.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 68.
Offer motion on resolution 68.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. We've already approved Resolution 69. Resolution 70.
I make a motion for Resolution 70.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor
No. On that one, you need to abstain, because it's your salary. Yeah. And I'll vote yes, so it's 4 votes in favor, 1 abstention. Resolution 71.
I offer Resolution 71.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 72.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Abstain.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved. 4 votes in favor, 1 abstention. Resolution 73.
Offer resolution 73.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 74.
I offer Resolution 74.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution
I
75.
move resolution 75.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 76.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 77.
Motion approved, resolution 77.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 78.
I offer Resolution 78.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 79.
I offer 79.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 80.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 81.
Motion to approve, resolution 81.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 82.
I offer Resolution 82.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 83.
I offer resolution 83.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 84.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 85.
Motion to approve, resolution 85.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution
I
86.
offer Resolution 86.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 87.
I'd like to table resolution 87 to the March 11th town board meeting.
I second.
Second, all those in favor of the tabling? Opposed? Resolution is tabled to March 11th. Resolution 88.
I make a motion to table, resolution number 88 to the March 11th Town of Babylon Board.
Second.
All those in favor of the tabling? Opposed? Resolution is tabled to March 11th. Resolution 89.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved. 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 90.
I make a motion for Resolution 90.
Second.
All those, would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved. 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 91.
I offer resolution 91.
I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved. 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 92.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved. 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 93.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved. 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 94.
I offer Resolution 94.
I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved. 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 95.
I offer Resolution 95.
I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution
Make
96.
a motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 97.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 98.
I offer 98.
I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 99.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 100.
I move 100.
I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 101.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 102.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 103.
I offer Resolution 103.
I second.
Oh, would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 104. That would be you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good morning.
Good morning.
I move Resolution 104.
I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 105.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 106.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 107.
I make a motion for Resolution 107.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 108.
I offer Resolution 108.
I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 109.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 110.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 111.
I offer 111.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 112.
I offer Resolution 112.
I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 113.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 114.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 115.
I offer Resolution 115.
Second.
Well, would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution is approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 116.
I offer resolution 116.
second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution is approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 117.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman
She's better than
McSweeney?
Carol.
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution is approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 118.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta?
Yes.
Councilman Martinez?
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney?
Yes.
Councilman Gregory?
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer?
Yes, resolution is approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 119.
I offer 119.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 120.
I move resolution 120.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. And resolution 121.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. That's it for the resolutions. We'll go to the open portion and to the cards. Ralph Nieves. Is here?
Good
Oh, see.
afternoon, Board.
Can
My
I,
name is Ralph
I'm gonna say
Nieves.
what can.
I live at 609 Thorn Street, North
Just,
Babylon.
could you just speak up a little bit?
Ralph Nieves, 609 Thorn Street, North Babylon.
So Ralph, if I could, just before you start, I was not aware of the rule change, myself or Councilman Martinez, who heads the Parks Committee. So we reviewed that with the Parks Department, and they're going to rescind that rule change. And they're going to leave the rules as they were. We're going to just work with the community on enforcement of the, I guess you'd call it the quiet hours, from 10 p.m. to, I think, 8 a.m., at the request of some of the patrons who utilize the area. So we're going to be meeting with our staff, because I apologize, our staff didn't do its homework on this. And that's my obligation to deal with that. So the rules are going to be what the rules were last year, but you're going to see some additional public safety, I'll call it public safety patrols added to, in order for us to do our job.
I was going to say that there is a problem with losing our sanctity here at our town of Babylon Beaches. I mean, we do have an extraordinary concession stand, and we've had problems with non-residents entering the campground. In fact, I have it on video. I mean, the thing is that once the booth is closed by the, who's, charging, there is no one from pretty much 8 o'clock to 9:30.
Yeah, we're going to be,
And we're not an overflow for the concession stand, and it's, it puts children at risk.
Yep.
Children from the boaters, children from the campers that actually use the parking lot and the playground, and now we have cars just flying through like ants. From the beginning of the booth all the way to the end.
Yep.
And then they do take the parking spots, which, you know what? The Bay Constables do a great job. The thing is that, why aren't we giving tickets to non-residents that are parking in the campground? And then I guess it'll eventually stop, because the word will get around. You can't go in there. You can go in the other side past 5 p.m. And then just another thing, I was just curious if
excellent.
it would be considered, may the board recommend that an advisory committee be established to represent the campers and the boaters in the near future?
Yes.
I believe that there was in the past.
There
a
was.
group from each that was able to, at least for the best, for the best interest of everyone camping, so that we can all enjoy our summer vacation without rules being changed every week and
Yep.
just being thrown at us, and we have to adjust accordingly, but it messes up the summer. Thank you very much, Board.
Yes, I was glad that we brought the craziness of summer to winter.
Well, we want to go back to summer. believe
Okay.
me.
So
Thank-
anyway, let us do our work and we'll be back to you.
And we'd appreciate a consideration on the advisory committee.
Well, what we're going to do, the problem with the advisory board was that some people felt left out, so what we're going to do is communicate with everyone, and we feel that that's the best way to do it.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay,
any
thank
help
you.
would be great.
Absolutely, thank
very
you.
much.
Ed Madrone? Excellent.
Sorry, guys, I didn't have
Celeste.
my glasses to sign it too well.
No
I'm sure
problem.
you guys recognize me. I've been around the neighborhood and did some fairs.
Just state your name
My
and address,
yep,
please.
My name's Edward Marone, 54 Jean Drive, a resident of North Babylon for 30 years. I was questioning the floating dock question. You did answer that.
Great.
So I just want to thank you. I've raised my son on the water. You guys have provided great parks and recreations for us, so we love it. Keep up the good work. And like Ralph was saying, if you could do that board with the boaters and the campers, maybe that would make things a little easier and we don't have disagreements like this.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Sal Giglio?
Hey guys, Sal Gilio, 920 South 6th Street.
Gilio, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Lindenhurst, New York. The same thing about the floating dock. We actually had a petition signed because we felt like we were.
Yes, I signed it.
Thank you, sir. So then, about over 2,000 so far and growing. We just want the beach back and not leave at a certain time. The rules and code enforcement, they should be there to do what they have to do for people that don't have permits. We pay for our permits, we pay to dock there on a daily basis. We shouldn't have to leave at 9 o'clock. Volleyball's not.
Well,
even
did you
open.
hear what I just said?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Just want to let you know.
Right, thank
Here's
you.
my 2 words too. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you, you too. Margie Bloom? Amendola Fence, where are we at?
Hello, my name is Margie Bloom. I live at 11 Bedford Street, Copac, New York, 11726. I just want to know if anything is being done regarding Amadella fencing, if we've come.
Yep, we'll get the update from Jerry Guarino. We know we're in court, and we know that the application, it was filed? Okay, so the application was filed, so what will happen now is that application, similar to what we just did on the Bunt or the other application, will be reviewed by the planning department. Comments will be submitted from all of the various departments that have jurisdiction over it, and then it would be subject to a public hearing. So what we can do is we can have them, once the review is complete on the application, we'll ask someone from planning to get in touch with you because you're a stalwart on this, and we'll want to make sure that they go over the application with you.
I just feel like I'm becoming an industrial apartment
You got it.
situation. I don't know.
Thank you, Margie. And if you need a ride, let me know. Okay. Carolyn? Chickazunga?
Good. I had a thought. Is there any way that occupancy can be verified for the condos, or any place in the town of Babylon? If someone applies for housing and needs you folks to get things straight, how is the occupancy verified? Is there a way, is it a?
Yeah, so what we do is, just for example, when we're doing permits, we require 3 documents? What? The parking permits.
So the parking permits, they're required to give a house bill and 3 proofs of mail.
A house bill and 3 proofs of mail, right.
I wasn't talking about parking.
No, but you're asking me, how do we prove residency?
Oh, from the.
Is that, your question was, how do we request, what documents do we request for residency?
Actually, my point is, how do we know that whoever buys the condo or the
Oh.
house or whatever is the one who's going to be there when we know, because we live next door, that there are 11 kids coming out of that house at a bus stop?
So if you want, you can give us that particular address,
Oh,
and we will investigate that address, and we have ways that we do that. that I'm not going to disclose in
That's
public.
fine. I just wanted to know
But if
who
you
was
have an
the-
address, if you wouldn't mind, who is here? Ronnie's at the, oh, Pat's here. Pat, if you wouldn't mind seeing Carolyn, Pat will get the information and we'll follow up. Pat heads up our task force that handles a lot of that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we don't have any other cards, so I'll take a motion to adjourn by Councilman Gregory. Second by Councilman McSweeney. All those in favor? Opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.